to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself. I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
Found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes. They gonna take it.
This is what we got to tell.
Every fan doing this.
I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm ready to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Let's go. Let's go. Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. Have a great episode for y'all today. We got to talk about Darvin getting fired by the LA Lakers. See, look, if we did a morning show time, we won't be able to talk about this today. But we changed it to 7 p.m. so we can do it because we can talk about all the news that happened today. So Darvin getting fired. We got to talk about that. We got my bro J-Mo on. What? Just ahead of me. J-Mo is on to represent his 76ers, win, lose, or draw. They were eliminated from the playoffs by the New York Knicks. Tomo picked them, I believe, to win that series. Or was that Dave? You did, all right? I think Dave picked them too.
I think Dave picked them too.
Yeah, so J-Mo
I picked them to go 7, though. I didn't know it was going to be like this. I thought 7.
I think Dave picked 7 too. So J-Mo's going to represent them. We're going to talk about that series. We got Tony coming on. Y'all seen Tony. You watch the Doghouse with Dave. You might know who Tony is. Tony will be on to represent his Indiana Pacers. And we're going to talk about that Pacers and Bucks series, how they eliminated the Bucks. And we got to talk about, the Pacers and the Knicks prediction series. And we got a little bit Pat Bad to talk about. All right. But I got two of my bros with me. I got Missy your done son himself, Tomo. And like I said, MVP J-Mo. How y'all doing, fellas?
MVP. Man, I'm doing good, man. The couch alone. Joe brought it back. I don't know how you gonna keep doing this, man. You gotta spice it up next season, but J-Mo, I know it's been a long day in Philly, man.
Oh yeah, man. It's all good though, man. The bounce back gonna be real, but I'm blessed to be here, man. Let's get it.
Let's get it. All right, y'all. Before we get started, though.
Thomas is turned up.
I know, right? Our brother Dave is not here. He couldn't make it today. But for the one time, Tomo, it's Friday. Let's turn up.
Turn me up. Up.
All right, Jody, your turn. Let's get it. All right, y'all. So look, we are streaming this on 3 platforms: YouTube, X, and Facebook. So make sure y'all like the video on all 3 platforms. Subscribe and follow on all 3 platforms if you haven't done that yet, because I'm assuming you did that already. But if you haven't, make sure you do that, all right? And share this video with somebody that you know so they could come on, or somebody you don't know. Put it in a random group chat. I don't know. But just send it somewhere so they could come on, watch it live with you, because you could be involved in the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. We're not these shows that are going to ignore your comments. We're going to actually look at them, but we're not going to respond to all of them, But we're going to respond to this first one. Shout out to Carl. Shout out to Carl for being the first comment. CTC himself was good with it. Okay, top up. All right, was good with it. All right, see, no computer be messing you up. Carl was on yesterday, matter of fact, right? So shout out to Carl being the first comment. But it's Friday. You probably feeling good. You know why? Because your bank account look different. You got paid. I get it. All right, maybe this was your week, maybe this next week, but you get what I'm saying. And you go to the bottom right corner of the comment section, you see a $sign. You click on that $sign, they give you different dollar amounts. You pick one, you type in your message or text your message, and then you hit the send button, it turns to a super chat. And then no matter what's going on, James gonna be complaining about Embiid being hurt every year. It could be Tomo still talking about the Wizards when they got the playoffs a long time ago, or maybe he's excited about Zeke Elliott. I don't know, but we're gonna stop the scene and hit you with the hold up. And we're gonna put your comment on the screen and give you the floor because we appreciate all the donations. And the gifts.
Donations. Gifts.
And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, the floor is yours.
That's funny because Dr. Umar is from Philly too, man. It's just a lot of entertaining people from Philadelphia, man. That's funny. But we've been talking about coaches and just like that. I knew that. Shout out to Dave, man. Remember for 9 months. Killing the mental. Have a great show, fellas. Watching on my way home. Hashtag R2L. Hashtag Dave Doghouse. Hashtag Let's Win Together. Hey, man,
Let's win together in Cancun. Man.
That is true. Baby said it, man. He said everybody in this chat at some point is going to be in Cancun. I mean, he didn't know, man. He didn't know his whole coaching staff was going to be there, though. Darvin Ham went from winning a play-in to taking y'all to the Western Conference Finals. Yeah, Joe. You still don't get it, Joe. You still don't get it. I'll tell you after the show. But and the shock was, no, they're not going to be aligned until Drake drop a disc, man. You got to drop a disc. There's a lot going on in the chats, man. We're going to tell y'all about those later on. But I ain't trying to get fired like Darvin Ham, so let me do my job. You know what I'm saying? We got to react to him being fired. So Lakers fired their head coach. I don't know if they text him or they did it over an Instagram post. We don't know. Or maybe LeBron was talking to JJ Redick and he kind of slipped something out there and be like, with coaching, we never know. But after 2 seasons, they laid him off, man. Just after that playoff series against the Nuggets. So, Joe, you out west. Darvin Ham. I mean, some people fight for him, some people don't. They say he's a scapegoat. What was your reaction when you heard this?
My reaction? Man, listen, dog. I mean, no matter who the coach is, unless you are a veteran coach that got some rings on your finger, you were going to get fired in that situation. That's how I look at it. Especially somebody like Darvin Ham, first-time head coach. First of all, why did they hire him in the first place, knowing that he don't have the experience? When you coaching the Lakers, number one, a.k.a. Dallas Cowboys of the NBA, when you're coaching LeBron James, so it's a double, Miami, the Lakers and LeBron James, no matter what's going on, if y'all don't win, you're going to get blamed. That's just how it's going to be. And I look at their candidates they're looking at, and I'm like, I mean, are you serious? Budenholzer? Y'all don't think you're going to go through the same crap Frank Vogel just went through with the Lakers? like Budenholzer is another Frank Vogel. Like a guy who's going to get you there, but he don't really have the resume for our championships. Now Budenholzer has it because he had a great player called Giannis, but Frank Vogel has some success in the playoffs like crazy with Indiana. And then what happens? The Lakers go south. Who they blame? Frank Vogel. Got rid of him. They should have kept him for real. Because the reason why they got rid of Frank Vogel is because of the whole Westbrook situation. What happened? They got rid of Westbrook anyway. Then look at Kenny Atkins. What success does he have? What happened? Kenny Atkins was a coach with the Nets, and then KD got him out of there for Steve Nash. Then he went back. What do you think he gonna leave on the state to coach that team, the Lakers? Nah. And then if they go south, who gonna get the blame? Kenny Atkins. JJ Redick, are you serious? What they gonna say? He has no experience. JJ Redick, first-time head coach. Whatever happens, he don't get blamed. The only player is Ty Lue. And y'all really think Ty Lue gonna coach y'all? Didn't Ty Lue quit in Cleveland? Then he say, you know what? I'm tired of this. My head is great now. Let me go somewhere else. Now I know he tired of Kawhi in and out the lineup too, but y'all really think that owner, Steve Ballmer, is gonna let Ty Lue go coach the Lakers when he's the most paid? He's the highest paid owner in the NBA. He got all the dollars to pay Ty Lue to keep him in Clippers line. And a report came out today saying they're working on an extension. So I'm like, where they go from here? I don't know where they go from here. There are no Phil Jacksons out here right now that got rings, right? It's not that. So the ham.
J-Mo.
They gonna get Doc.
Oh.
They're gonna get Doc Rivers.
Look, we had the same reaction, Jeff.
listen. I agree with you when you said that. Unless you proven coach, which is only Eric Spoelstra and Steve Kerr that's in the league right now. I can't think of nobody else. If you ain't one of those guys, well, Popovich I think still coaches too. But if you ain't one of those guys, then you gonna get fired. You were gonna get fired. And I remember when they won a championship, the first year they won a championship. This is what I don't understand. They had AD at the 4, and they had centers. Then they moved AD to the 5, and they don't have the same. Bro, they had Rondo, they had Alex Caruso, they had KCP. They haven't gotten glue guys that are that good since. That fit the team as good as they fit since. They haven't. And then in the beginning of the year, people was all mad at Darvin Ham because he was giving Cam Reddish and Taurean Prince minutes. And then come later on in the season, D'Lo and Austin Reeves can't guard nobody. That's because they ain't got nobody to play defense. So that's why he tried to get them do some burn. So they don't have the team. I feel like every time LeBron James' team does not win the championship, it has to be somebody's fault. Bro, y'all just weren't good enough.
That is.
Weren't good enough, bro. Y'all lost to the Nuggets. Now if they would have drew OKC instead, and they would have possibly won that series and then lost to the Nuggets in the second or third round, it'd have been like, oh, it was cool. We went to the Western Conference Finals. But y'all drew in the first round. Y'all had a good year. The Lakers had an okay year. They did not have a terrible season. They made it to the playoffs. They drew Denver. Those top 3 teams in the West could have went either way. Minnesota, Nuggets, or OKC. They could have drew somebody else, but they drew Denver and they lost. It is what it is. Now, I think Darvin Ham's gonna get fired anyway, but I don't think it was a coaching problem as to why they lost.
So Joe, you shared something in the NBA chat, and it was like LeBron James, 6 head coaches fired, 4 rings. The fact that people are even keeping count on stuff like this is insane. But J-Mo hit the hammer right on the nail. Every time a team fails with LeBron at the helm, the coach is the first to go. It's kind of like he's the owner, and they're like, you know what? The first person they got to go, offensive coordinator. We got to fire the offensive coordinator and start over again and do it next year. When it's like, okay, you come back next year with a new offensive coordinator, your team go 10-1, and then y'all lose the first round in the playoffs. It's not the offensive coordinator at some point. You got to say it's the players, because the players got to play. All I got to do is just put you in the right spots, and that's usually what Darvin Ham was attempting to do. Remember when LeBron got hurt in the season and AD and them kind of went off? They was finding their chemistry. Everybody knew what to do, and he was looking like a somewhat decent coach. LeBron comes back, and it's like, well, here we go again. Some of the coaches that can call Darvin Ham right now, it's going to be Frank Vogel going to call him up. Luke Walton may give him a little ring. David Blatt definitely going to call him, because he can like, hey, man, I did the same thing in Cleveland, and look where I'm at.
Went to the finals.
Mike Brown, Paul Silas. I'm just saying these are coaches that were good coaches, but when LeBron was there, the expectations were through the roof or through the galaxy with him. That is just like, I have to win every single year, that I got to make the team something that is really not, because he's not putting chemistry players around him outside of when he had Kevin Love and Kyrie. Because even with D Wade and Chris Bosh, that learning curve was it hurt in the finals to see that happen with the Mavericks. At least the learning curve with Cleveland, you really just had to deal with Kyrie injuries. Kevin Love kind of fell into his place, which technically messed Kevin Love up a little bit, because he was Mr. Double-Double before he got with LeBron, and then it was just like shoot threes. But at the end of the day, I say all this. If you can't coach LeBron James, you can come to DC, because there's some youngins, man, that need a coach. I'm just saying, you can get your bounce back here. You ain't got to worry about too much of the national media. You got Jordan Poole that you can work with, because clearly what you would say about D'Lo is he's a chemistry or he's a rhythm player. And if D'Lo not in rhythm, then it's just gonna be a bad night. I think you can do the same thing with a Jordan Poole. So Darvin Ham taking the team to the Western Conference Finals, winning the very first in-season tournament, hanging banners with the Lakers, and to get fired, it's a little insane.
Tomo, who are the coaches that got fired? The 6 coaches?
It was Paul Silas, Mike Brown, David Blatt. They say Luke Walton. Yeah, Luke was there when he first got to LA, right? It was Frank Vogel and Darvin Ham. Because I think you said Ty Lue quit.
Everybody said Paul Silas and Frank Vogel are first-time head coaches. And then he even tried to get Spo fired, like somebody said in the chat. And I'm not saying LeBron got Darvin Ham fired, but it just circling around LeBron because this is what happens with LeBron. Frank Vogel. Y'all don't think Frank Vogel had anything to do with that championship? He's a defensive specialist. And then, like J-Mo said, they messed the whole team up. They got rid of all their bigs, JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard. And on top of that, they went and got Russell Westbrook. And I don't even think Frank Vogel wanted that to happen. But LeBron, he wanted that to happen. So I'm going to put LeBron on that one. It did not work. And Frank Vogel gets fired. And then Darvin Ham comes in. Y'all have the same problem? Like, come on now. So I like him with that. And last thing I'm going to say this. J-Mo mentioned this. I wrote this down too. Funny, J-Mo, you mentioned this. Y'all remember in the beginning of the season? They were losing. And then they put in cameras, like J-Mo said, and they got their first dub against the Clippers after like 10 games. And they were like, oh, Cam Reddish, he does not. They won like a 3-game win streak. They started losing again. What happened? They put Austin Reeves on the bench. Remember that? Oh, man, Darvin Ham put Austin Reeves on the bench. They killing. They won 6 out of the next 7 games. And as you know, Prince in the lineup, like he playing with the lineup. Mike Brown did the same thing with us this year. You look at our games early in the season, he was playing with the lineup. He tried to find a good core. And then once Rui got healthy, he hit the same style lineup because Rui was hurt. Everybody forgot about that. He got hurt. So when Rui got healthy, that's when he had a start lineup from last year and they start flying high. So come on, dog. He's not the big reason. Y'all just wasn't good enough.
At the end of the day, that's just what it was. Now, if they played like, let me see. I don't know the stats, man. The West was kind of stacked. I just push this back up here because I know, Joe, you said we're not going to have no LeBron and Michael Jordan conversations. But when people ask, what does this do for his legacy? You already know what road that's going to lead you down.
See, I don't put nothing against LeBron. But don't bring up Phil Jackson with Jordan. Don't be like, oh, Jordan had Phil Jackson. Don't. I hate when people do that. What was Phil Jackson before Jordan got there? Oh, he won after Jordan. He had Kobe. Bro, get Spo a healthy Kobe and Shaq. Get Ty Lue a healthy Kawhi Leonard one for once. God dang. Can you get 1 year with Kawhi Leonard healthy? Like, come on now. These are good coaches.
Whoa, now. You got too much dip on your chip.
I do, though. I got up my seat and everything is now.
The Raptors, man. My boy not playing more than 50 games. So if you want him, you only signing them for the playoffs.
Like, imagine Ty Lue with a healthy Kobe and Shaq. Imagine Spo. Forget Kobe. Go on Shaq. What Phil Jackson do when it was only Kobe?
You got Powell. They need a Powell.
No, before they got Powell. When it was just Kobe, what do you do?
Now you're going, where Bibby at? Because they want
to
make the playoffs, right?
I'm not here to diss Phil Jackson. My whole thing is when people try to put down Jordan because he had Phil Jackson and LeBron ain't a better coach. I mean, the Bama can't keep one for 3 years. Like, God damn. Phil Jackson ain't win his first 3 years.
They try to bring up Phil Jackson. They ain't win without Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson ain't win without them.
Bro, J-Mo, imagine if LeBron James coach would have lost 3 Eastern Conference Finals in a row. Then he out of there. With the Bulls, they kept Phil Jackson and they won the 4th year.
That's true. Because what Dave say about Spo that day when I was asking about Ty Lue, he was like, everybody tried to say Spo was a bad coach because of LeBron. But technically, he's been one of the best coaches that LeBron had in his career because Spo still is a juggernaut in the East. He made the finals a few times. I mean, outside of
it looked like he the best coach LeBron ever had, but
that's what I'm saying.
He probably wasn't as seasoned when he had LeBron. You feel me? He was still a rookie when he had LeBron. But man, that's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Oh, let's get it, man. 2020.
He is though. Espresso Joe. Let's go.
Hey, I don't know why I'm hyped. Maybe it's a new cut. I don't know. You know, maybe it's Friday. I don't know what it is. It's a combination of 7 o'clock, new cut, and it's Friday. And my bro on J-Mo. Let's get it, man. Let's get to the shows. So look, man, we got a plethora of shows, my man Dave said. I'm gonna roll through this, y'all, so y'all pay attention. BWT, Baseball with Teddy. All baseball content goes through BWT. Make sure y'all check it out. They had an episode that dropped yesterday with CTC Carl, so make sure y'all check that out. Speaking of CTC, we got Carl talking college. It's a college show only, college basketball, college football. He has an episode coming out tonight at 10 p.m. All right, with Ace. So make sure y'all check that out. Fantasy football with Coach Coombs, FFC. I know I say fantasy football, but this is a NFL only show, basically, right? So he will be putting on the episode next week. Make sure y'all check out that. Kings Talk, listen, man. when that episode gonna drop? I don't know. I just know when that Sacramento Kings gonna play. You answer that question for me, all right? So just stay tuned. If you're a Sacramento Kings fan, make sure y'all subscribe. Dave's Doghouse. This is for lowlights and highlights of anybody in the sports world. All right. He has an episode coming out tomorrow at 12 noon. Make sure y'all check that out. The next guest we have coming on, he's always on that show, right? I mean, they have a great time on that show. He might be on that Saturday. I don't know. We got RBO, Real Ballers Only with Vaughn. It's an NBA only show. He's going through the playoffs. He's making videos about the playoffs. Obviously, he got one dropping soon. He just had one that dropped on Tuesday, I believe. Make sure y'all go check it out. And last but not least, in the red corner with Fast Cam, Tony, Ricky, and Ty. There's a big fight going on this weekend, so we are expecting the episode to be dropping sometime next week. And those are all your shows. Tomo, back to you.
Man, you read that faster than they do them Ozempic commercials with all the symptoms, man. Make sure y'all subscribe, man. That's exactly what it was. Speaking of CTC. But I was in the car, right, on my way back, because, you know, you got to drive and you got oldie but goodie came on. And I know kids, they be like, what year was you born in? And you say 19. They be like, 19? Your year start with a 19? And then you say, and they be like, and? But look, I think James Brown came out like in the 70s, probably like 80s. Little Grandma Don't Kill Me. Pops Don't Hurt Me. But his band was called the JBs. And when you see the Knicks, it's the first thing Jalen Brunson need to say is Jalen Brunson and the JBs, because that's what's going on right now. These boys are balling. And then you talk about John Shaft and them, but they be like, man, look, what you know about them Knicks? That's all I'm saying. We went from Philly to Villanova back to New York. It's getting crazy, man. The trio that we all did not expect to be the trio that we will be talking about in the playoffs eliminated the 76ers last night in the Game 6 game, 118 to 115. I ain't going to say too much about it, because if you didn't watch it, go back and watch the highlights. But if you want to know what it really feels like to be a 76er fan in this very moment, J-Mo, tell us about the reaction to this elimination game.
Okay, look. That was a great game, man. Like all the games that we've had with them in this series, if you're a basketball fan, those you've been crazy not to been watching those games. Like, those are some really good games. Hard nosed, you know, down to the wire. So I want to start with, I think that as great as Maxey was, Embiid was the best player for our team the entire series. Embiid was the best player easily, especially if you look at how we look when you go to the bench. Bro, I don't know what the plus minus is. I don't know. Maybe one of y'all got the stuff. But I do know that Embiid is on the court way longer than he's off the court. And I guarantee you, plus minus is opposite. Like, if he's on the court and it's plus 40, I guarantee you it's minus 40 when you're off the court. I guarantee it. So we might want to check the plus minus stats for the whole series, but I guarantee it's a 180 split down the middle. Because when he go to the bench, we'll be up 10, and they'll cut the lead down in 2 minutes. Embiid can't sit down. So as critical as I want to be of Embiid, man, and I really do, because I'm sick and tired of him being hurt every year. I'm sick and tired of not, reaching the potential that we have as a team. But I knew that coming into this playoffs, the only way we would make a run is if Embiid beast out and play like Superman. And he came back from injury early so he could play in the playoffs. So I knew that wasn't going to happen. And another thing I want to say is that Embiid is injured every single playoffs. But since normally he gets hurt in the beginning of the playoffs, this year he got hurt during the season, came back early. So everybody clearly saw his injury. Everybody could see on full display. So, and then you got the Bell's palsy. He was going through so much. They was getting so many offensive rebounds. If you just don't even watch the game and just watch Embiid during those games, he's not even trying to get no bump. He's not trying to bump into nobody. He's not trying to get physical. And that's not like Embiid. So that's how I know he's really hurt. Don't look at the numbers. If you watch the game, you'll tell he's nowhere near 100%. Mm-hmm. So, Nick Nurse, I like your rotations. I like the things you're trying to do with this team. But one question I have is Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield scored 17 points in the first half. and he doesn't play a minute of the third quarter. And as soon as he get in the game in fourth quarter, cash. He's still hot.
Yeah.
It's like we would have won by 20 if we'd have played him in the third. He was still hot. I just couldn't believe that. And as good as a coach Nick Nurse is, I can't believe he completely missed that. Like, okay, buddy, you scored your 17. You did your job. Now it's up to us. No, put him back in and let him keep shooting. But, man, shout out to the Knicks, man. They play hard. Jalen Brunson, when he hit that and one and he started looking up at his Villanova banners, I said, oh, my gosh, dog. That was so tough. But it's against my team. Yeah, man, shout out to Jalen Brunson. But, like, I'm not about this big hoorah. I mean, he did his thing. He scored his buckets, carried the team. But I'm not about to do this big hoorah because I know that if Embiid was healthy, it'd be 4-1 Philly. So I'm not doing this big hoorah, superstar status and all this stuff because Trae Young did the same thing. And he ain't getting no superstar. So I know in New York everything is glorified. But Jalen Brunson is tough. But all the superstar status, I'm not going there yet. But, you know, I might have a little more in the end. But that's what I got for now. You know, shouts out to the team, man.
Man, Jalen Brunson just like,
How come he don't want me, man?
Before you go, Tomo,
go ahead.
Embiid plus minus was a plus 46. Maxey was a plus 7. Brunson was a -4. Go ahead, Tomo.
So can you look up Embiid the plus minus when Embiid on the bench?
Well, y'all, he's plus 46 on the floor. Y'all lost the whole series by 1 point. So that's a -47 or something like that.
Yeah, that's spot on. He's like, you got to be plus 40. You got to be minus at least like 40 something when he's not there.
Yeah, -47.
Let me see something here. I was just looking. I watched like the third and fourth quarter of this game, and I think that's why you went off on me in the NBA chat when I was like, Buddy Hield needs to be cut immediately, and you was like, no. And I was like, oh, my bad, bro. I forgot he had 20. He did go off. My bad. That was just a bad shot. I was overreacting. But Tobias Harris, what my man that made the freestyle about Batum, he needs to talk about Tobias Harris at this point. Fourth quarter, why Tobias then? Because ain't no way. The one of the two shots that you threw up in this game, I seen one in the fourth when it was coming down to like crunch time. You bricked it. And then it was another one. So you only took 2 attempts in a closeout game. This could potentially be your last. Well, this is your last game in Philly, but where's the heart? Like you just gonna let your team go out like that? You see your starting center, your superstar player come back from an injury, like J-Mo said, he was dealing with the Bell's part. He out there giving it all he got, and you only put up 2 shots. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. You could at least got fouled, went to the free throw line, anything. You can't do that, man. And that's not even gonna look good for another team that you go to, unless you want to like the Rockets. But even at the Rockets, they're gonna make you play. You're gonna have to show some heart down there too. So I don't know, man. But Tobias Harris, that's one of the things that stood out in this game. But as far as this overall series, what I seen and what you said about Embiid is probably why I said this series could go 7 games. Because I knew at the end of the day, the Knicks would need everything from Jalen Brunson. Yep. They would need everything from Jalen Brunson to even stay in this series. And that's exactly what kind of happened. You know what I mean? Like they needed everything from Jalen Brunson. But if it was a healthy Embiid in the paint, it would have got ugly. The injury was definitely there. I think it was game 3. I think it was game 3 where he got a layup. I mean, he got a rebound and he went back up with the layup. He got fouled, but somebody was like, Embiid's supposed to dunk it right there. I was like, you can tell he hurt because he would have dunked it right there. The fact that he even put up a layup lets you know that he's going through something. He's one of them players that's like, I'm out here and I'm giving y'all what y'all say I wouldn't do. I'm not Ben Simmons. That's exactly what this whole performance said. Also, who is Josh Hart's personal trainer?
Lethal shooter?
Bruh, I don't know what type of workout regimen he on, but to play an average of 46 minutes and throughout the season and also in this playoffs, crazy. And then he don't even look tired. 46 minutes. I seen John Wall play 46 minutes. You could tell he went to Rose Bar. That's all I'm saying. Josh Hart said I lost it. After that loss, he felt it on his shoulders. And he's like, man, I had a half a day to think about it, and I just had to bounce back. And you proved it, bro. Like, this next team, man, they're going to be a force to reckon with. Joe?
Tom, are you funny, man?
46 minutes.
You funny, Tomo. Yeah, man. I mean, the Knicks are okay. The Knicks side of the ball, they won this series because they out hustled the 76ers. All right. I know the rebound numbers are crazy. I don't have one right now, but they out hustled them. They got a lot of extra possessions. I think Philly shot better than them throughout the whole series. The Knicks really didn't shoot good. Brunson, I mean, he has a couple of games where he shot 50%, but he shot poorly in the series too, and they still won the first 2 games. You know, here we go. Here, rebounds 273 to 247. Offensive rebounds, Sixers 64, Knicks 87. Dang, that's 23 extra possessions. That's 23 extra. That's 23 extra looks at the basket for real. You know, so they just out hustling them. But that game in particular, it was a weird game. I felt like the Knicks came out, you thought it was about to be a blowout. I know J-Mo was worried when they came out and they just started. It was making everything. The Sixers couldn't miss. They weren't even making everything. They was getting all these offensive rebounds, and they just played harder. They just looked like they were hungry to end this series today. And then out of nowhere, the bench turned up for Philly. You know, in the fourth quarter, I get Uber some props, man. If I'm Philly, I'm keeping. Obviously, you got Maxey, you got Joel Embiid, right? Maxey and Joel Embiid, and then you look at the bright side. What everybody in the world saw with the Sixers last night was that if you put shooters around Embiid, it could be dangerous because they couldn't even double Embiid in the fourth quarter.
It's like
Because
Orlando when they had Dwight when he made the finals that year.
Yes, yeah. You put shooters and defenders around Embiid, they'll win. They'll win more games, right? But they kept putting shooters around. No, he was 1-on-1 with Hartenstein. He was moving him like it was furniture, bro. Like it was easy. I'm like, dang, bro, he got no strength. I feel like he was letting Embiid back him up. Like, he wasn't even trying to hold Embiid up. And then Embiid was scoring every time, easy. And if they double, swing, 3-ball, Buddy Hill, Oubre in the corner, hitting the 3. That was a clutch in the game. But Tobias Harris got to go. Let him walk. Right, but they need to address that. They need to and the good thing about this Sixers team is that you had Maxey had this type of year. This is the first time that I think Embiid is like, you know what? I'm happy to be a 76er because you got Maxey with you. Like Embiid said in his press conference, we always got rotating people out and out. James Harden came in, Ben Simmons out. Like all these people just rotating out, but they finally got a guy who he can rely on who plays well with Embiid. Now, Maxey was kind of irritating me with them wild drives to the basket. Like I felt like that's how he plays, but I feel like he wasn't going hard to the cup. He was moving, he was going fast to the cup. I say hard, I mean you gotta go up with like expected, like go up to take contact. He went up like finesse, too finesse wise, like multiple times, even though he hit a couple. But the Knicks, man, they got a perfect team around Brunson. I feel like I said before the show in the backstage, I felt like this reminds me of the 76ers with Iverson. They got a bunch of role players that fit well. They got guys with chemistry. They got guys who are going to get – they got 2 of the best guard offensive rebounders in the league, bro. Like, DiVincenzo is a good offensive rebounder, and we all know about Josh Hart, right? And they got Mitchell Robinson. Like, come on now. So, and OG, he played a good game
Randall coming back too, though.
See, that's going to be the case when he come back. How would that mess? Because he's going to need his shots too, and he's not efficient. Randall don't shoot efficiently at all. So Jalen Brunson is a guy. So, but kudos to the Knicks, man. Sixers. I feel like Nick Nurse looked better than Doc. But like you said, he did make some mistakes. But I feel like he was way more active on the sideline than Doc would ever be. I felt like he was way involved in the game. I feel like his adjustments that he made throughout the series, I liked it. Like that last game, going zone, sticking with the zone. And, not playing Buddy Hill, but he trusted him in the game. But he took him out. That was a mistake. But I like the direction Philly going. If I believe Embiid was healthy, they would have won too. But I think they still should have won with Embiid.
30 minutes, 2 attempts.
Who?
People, 30 minutes, 2 attempts. People in the club go smack at more girls in 30 minutes than what Tobias Harris did, bro. Like,
anybody say at the club, I take more than 2 shots in 30 minutes. Look,
what is he doing?
Listen, man. I want to address this comment right here because I heard it too. I don't know if y'all seen it.
Nah, I gotta hear that.
Kendrick Perkins said that Tobias went to Chick-fil-A and asked everybody what y'all want from Chick-fil-A, and they told him what he wanted. and he came back with napkins and straw.
Tobias
I'm like,
Harris.
bro,
Nah, I gotta hear it now.
That analogy was perfect, bro. That was perfect. But yeah, Tobias, man, I don't know, bro. Sometimes I can't stand him. Sometimes I feel bad for him because he can get lost in the offense. You know, we run pick and roll with Maxey all day, pick and roll with Maxey and B all day. It don't work, give it back. It don't work, give it back. Now Tobias get the ball, and we know he's not elite at catching and shooting. That's not his bread and butter. He's give him the ball in the mid post and get out his way. So it doesn't shock me that to this day he hasn't become good at being a 3-and-D player. And as far as his game goes, it's very rare that we can get him quality looks within the offense with Maxey and Embiid. So he has to go. He has to go. I'm gonna piggyback off what you said, Joe. I love the direction we're going in. I had no ill will towards Nick Nurse. Those were my reactions to the game. Nick Nurse is doing a great job. This is his first year with the team. We had traded for Buddy Hield out of nowhere. We traded for James Harden. The James Harden trade out of nowhere. So this is the first year with the team. Embiid, I just pray that he is healthy next. I just need one season where he's healthy, man. And to your offensive rebound point, Joe, in the first quarter, when we went down 22, we had 5 rebounds as a team. They had 8 offensive rebounds in the first quarter.
They probably had 5 in one possession.
Bro, I'm watching the game, man. Embiid is just standing next to people, and they just jump in, and I'm like, oh, he don't want to do nothing. It's
in
like
the first quarter, right?
Yeah, man. It's like in the beginning. It's like during the game, I forget he's hurt, and I'm like, what are you doing? But it's like I said, man. Hats off to Embiid for sure. Maxey, we got one. This is the first co-star that Embiid has had that can play with and without the ball. That can be just as good with and without the ball.
Maxey fell asleep a couple of times defensively too.
Yes, he did. And on those drives to the basket, Joe, I felt like he was looking for a foul call because it was the way that game was going. Joe, you know they've been letting us play all series. And yesterday they called ticky-tack fouls. So he's like, if they calling it, let me just go ahead and go. Oh, y'all not calling it? Are we calling it or we not calling it? So I felt like if the game wasn't called so softly, I don't think he would have went to the basket like that.
Yeah, because he got a couple of moments right after they called foul on Brunson. Brunson. Hartenstein getting smacked in the face by the ball. They called foul. Then they called with the replay, marginal contact. Normally, marginal contact goes against you, right?
Marginal contact. No, marginal contact means that it didn't bother you.
But he said marginal contact, and they gave him the foul.
I don't know. I thought marginal contact was like. I thought marginal was like it's cool.
Small. It ain't that big of a difference.
Yeah.
Maybe I heard him wrong. I don't know.
He said after he hit the ball, but I also don't know. I guess because he can't shoot, but I would love to see Kenyon Martin Jr. play in that series. Because I know he gonna come and rebound. I know he gonna try to block shots, and I know he gonna knock somebody. He gonna knock somebody on the ground. Like I know he didn't
play the whole series.
He didn't play the whole series, Joe. We only had before yesterday. We was only getting like 8 points a game from our bench. 8 to 10 points a game from the bench. Yeah, and then yesterday the Knicks only had like 4 points from their bench.
They got their first point by Mitchell Robinson on the alley-oop.
Yeah, man. It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
I remember, Dang.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Knicks, though, man. The Knicks did their thing. Them next round against the Pacers is gonna be amazing, but yeah, man. Embiid, Maxey, I like Oubre. DeAnthony Melton has to come back healthy. I don't want him going anywhere. That's another thing people forget. We don't have no backup point guard after Maxey. It's Embiid because DeAnthony Melton hurt. So yeah, man, I can go all day, man.
But J-Mo, before you go, right? We gotta do one more thing. I know everybody been asking for it, so we're gonna do it here on the show. There it is. There you go. There's a picture.
Hey, is that
10 toes down?
Yeah, 10 toes down. Yes, sir. I'm 10 toes down.
You should have put Dave by the fireplace.
they look. What's their name on here? Healing the mental. He going through some stuff right now, so he in his own therapy session right now. You know, Miami Heat is gone, so he on that red couch on his profile picture on his picture.
Carl got the wings, man.
Yeah, Carl, you know, free wings when the Pistons win. You know, they probably won a drive already, so he got the bucket.
OVO
You know,
Mark. Hey,
OVO
Bibby and
Mark, he got
LeBron,
Mark.
bro.
Hey, Brian and Bibby hugging it out, you know.
Is that a Sierra Canyon?
And look, they say, where Giovanni? You gotta realize Giovanni is new to the crew. This is public. I ain't feel comfortable putting Giovanni on there. You know what I mean? So this the world can see this now. You know, so I don't want Giovanni to be like, hey, you don't even know me, you got me online. So you know, shout out to Giovanni for being.
I'm looking at this whole picture and I'm just now seeing Tomo. I'm not even looking at that part. I'm thinking that's my legs. That's Tomo.
Javon said you should have put one wing in a bucket. That was funny. You see Dad with the Jordan Poole jersey?
Yeah, bro. Why is it?
AJ got the T-Wolves.
It's 3 Wizards up here, man. It's crazy. OVO
Who's
Mark,
next?
man.
If you'll get Ty and Tony next, I don't know.
All I know is the Celtics better not make this picture.
Oh yeah, we gonna do them dirty. They make this picture. Pocket car, we might have the whole Harvard, you know, pocket cars. Might have the whole parking lot with your cars parked. Might do that. But yeah, J-Mo, last words for you. How about the show?
Heck of a season, man. It was derailed by the injury of the MVP, and I do believe next year it's gonna be a huge step up. You know, if you take the formulas of the last 2 MVPs, Giannis, back-to-back MVP, champion. Jokic, back-to-back MVP, champion. If Embiid don't get hurt this year, back-to-back MVP. So next year, you know what we're going for.
And guess what, J-Mo? Both of them, before they won a championship, got bounced in the first round. Jokic lost to the Warriors. Giannis lost to the Heat.
And Joe, they both had a co-star that was super clutch.
Wow, Jamar didn't play though. I should have messed that one. I kind of messed that up.
I'm talking about when they won the ring.
But they won, yeah, you're right. And Maxey woo, game 5.
Yeah, because you know what don't forget what Middleton did for Giannis.
I would call him game 5 Maxey, but last time we called somebody game something, they look terrible ever since. So I ain't gonna
I mean, that's somebody's nickname with the Clippers.
To the Maxey. To the Maxey.
To the Maxey. To the Maxey.
Game 5 Harden. All right, J-Mo, appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Oh, dang, that's it. All right, J-Mo. See you later, man.
Oh, he said peace.
I thought you was gonna give like an outro too.
we can do that. Hey, man, appreciate you coming on the show, man. See you in the chats.
Yes, sir.
All right, J-Mo. Appreciate you. All right. Woo! Let's go through this IG chats. All right, Tomo, we're gonna roll through this right here.
Chats.
Listen, y'all.
All of them.
There it is. NBA, NFL, MLB. We got chats, y'all, for every sport: NBA, NFL, baseball, college football, college basketball, boxing, WNBA, UFC, hockey, soccer, R2L VIP, and the parlay chat. So these chats, we give you latest news on trade rumors, trades that happen, free agencies, anything that's important with that particular sport. We have a lot of debates in those chats. Also, a lot of the topics you hear on the show comes from the chat, and the conversation from the show finishes in the chat. Like Tom said, we'll see you in the chat. But to be a part of these chats, you have to be a member. And my man Tom, I'm going to tell you how to become a member.
Basically, the same way you can subscribe to some of the shows on the network is you click the link in the description below to take you right to this nice place that's called our memberships. We have 3 levels. We have the pro level, the all-star level, and the superstar level. And if you're watching on YouTube right now, you can see what the perks we have for each level. But if you're listening, because you either got YouTube Premium or you're listening to it somewhere in the car and you far away from your YouTube, we got the pro level at $2.99 a month where you get loyalty badges next to your name and the live comments. And you get priority comments. I mean, we got to make sure your comments make it to the front of the line. I know there's a lot of people that want to say some things, but priority, pro level members, priority. And you get to join one sports chat. If you like, man, y'all got sports chats for almost every sport, and I want to be a part of some of these debates. I want to end up on the couch meme too. All-Star member and above. You know, All-Star, you get the same perks from the pro level, but for $4.99 a month, you get member-only videos. That's where we do our exclusive content. You know, we give you a little behind the scenes, but we also got some in-show debates that happen actually within the All-Star level. You also get to join multiple chats so you can follow the conversations wherever you want to go. We got you can request a topic, sports related, for any of the shows that's on the network. So in the first block, you can go back and see all the shows that we have on the network. Or if you're on YouTube right now, you click that description, you click the see more, and you'll see more of the shows and the levels as well. See more, get more. I was about to say kids for less, but all right. Segment nominees. Basically, you can nominate somebody for one of the segments for all of the shows that's on the network. I'll tell you a little bit that we got on Refuse to Lose right now. We give you a sample of Dave's Doghouse, but go check out the episode. He give you more details. He just give you a little something. You get one dog house. Here you get Not So Average top 5. I would say, to me, I think that's one of the most controversial top 5 lists I've seen since sports shows has been invented. I've seen a lot of top 5 lists, but I think Joe's Not So Average top 5 is number 1. See what I did there? And then you got Your Done Son. Of course, if you want to put anybody on Your Done Son, just let us know. But superstar level, you get to join the R2L chat and the parlay chat. The R2L chat is the only chat that's on Instagram and X. We'll tell you a little bit more about that when you become a superstar. You get to be a guest on the show. You get awards and plaques to the top performers. So whatever episode you do, based upon numbers, you get an award or a plaque for it. Little snippet. Everyone that's won an award has ended up with a show on the network. Just do your homework on that. And we got the member shout outs. I'm going to go right here because I got the new list. The new list. First of all, I'm going to say shout out to the big 3 because it's Joe, Dave, myself. Then we got Coach T Merck, a.k.a. BWT, a.k.a. Wah, 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 wah. Then we got Cardo, Worm, Giovanni, Lamar, and you. Click the link in the description. Become a member today.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Now we're gonna fast forward just a little bit. I know we've been breezing through some of these commercials because we got so much content to talk about as far as sports wise. It kind of feels like it's a pace setter. We're setting the pace, and then we have a pace maker joining us. You want to bring him up?
Yes, sir.
There we go. What's going on, Tom?
What's up, fellas?
There you go.
What up? Let's go, man.
Like being
backstage with all the jokes, man. He had the jokes backstage.
Definitely did. Good to see you, my brother.
It's same here, man. Always a pleasure to be on.
Man, this is about to be good because last year the Pacers were fighting for a play-in spot, aka a main battle between me and Ty. Fast forward, I'm still out the playoffs. They moving on to the second round, so we can clearly see who won the battle versus who won the war. You know what I mean? And the Bucks, I feel like Giannis actually. I had the superstar moment, but I didn't show up in the playoffs. You know what I mean? It wasn't Tomo time or Dame time because after Game 6, the Pacers have sent them home 120-98, and we got to talk about the reaction to it. Tony, how you feeling?
One second. Hold on. My bad. Real quick. Just had to do that real quick. Hey, so no, I mean, it was what I told my brother, you guys know, Dave. I told him beforehand. Actually, it went one more game than I thought it would go. I told him it would be 5 games. I figured it'd win 1. I didn't think it would be game 1. I figured it would probably like game 2 or something like that. But I figured it would win 5, 6. It took us 6 games, but even with them, with their team, if Giannis would have played, I mean, we're what 4-1 against them in the season. So you know we pretty much dominated them pretty a lot, and you know they tried to get thuggish with us for a while and try to do little things to get on their skins to try to win games that way. But you know we're well coached, and we didn't. I mean, except for Ovi one time, you know, it was getting the tech he got that time. We pretty much maintained what we were going to do. They can't score with us, and that's one of the biggest things. Once we go in and do certain things, and then we're playing better defense also in the second half. So That really hurt them a lot. But the series went exactly as I thought the series was going to go. I didn't care where Dame's Achilles didn't work. Currently, he's currently he's some mythical creature or something like that. Keep getting Achilles injuries and stuff. But and then the superstar knew it was going to happen, so he had an injury and didn't want to show up for the series. So, it was what it was. I mean, you saw him hopping around, on the bench area, but he couldn't play in the game. And they kept saying he kept playing. Oh, he's playing hard and warming up, and then before the games, we're gonna see how he goes. Well, if he's doing all that, he can play. You know what I'm saying? People come out and play hurt. That's what it is. I mean, unless you're Kawhi, but you come out and play hurt all the time, right? So I was really disappointed in the fact that he didn't at least attempt to play one game. You know what I'm saying? At least play one game, and then if you can't go, you can't go. But he didn't play one game, so I always thought that he was. He's good. I'm not taking away from his skills, but I always thought he was soft. Just as much as I think LeBron is soft. So, people play hurt. Superstars play hurt. Kobe played hurt. Jordan played hurt. Shaq played hurt. Those players that really wanted to win, they played hurt. If they lost, they lost. They went down. I mean, you had a guy in the 70s come in with one leg and came in and played. So, you come in and play the game. And the fact that he didn't play disappointed me. And he put, in my opinion, he was put in LeBron category for me as someone that is soft. And I know LeBron was soft, Anyway,
24 missiles.
Man, I don't think the nasty is gonna like that, man.
I know we're going to talk about him, I guess, later on, but same thing's going to happen in the next series. It's not going to be a series at all. It may go 6 games. I don't know, but they can't play against us with what three players playing 45 minutes. I mean, we got an 8-man rotation. There's no way they're going to keep up with that. There's just no way.
Well, Joe, you know what? We gotta make our chats quick because I gotta hear about this one.
All right,
I gotta hear about this. So you can go ahead, Joe. Unless you done something, my bad.
I'm done. Go ahead, you guys. I'll hold the rest. Hold on. Let me. All right, go ahead.
I do want to address your Giannis situation. I was against you until you brought up Kobe. You just had to pick Kobe because Kobe went down with his final injury, playing through an injury. So I give you that. But if you want to be smart, he saw KD a few years ago try to play on that same injury, and what happened? Put KD out for a whole year. So Giannis is looking at a situation like, it's an Achilles. Do I want to play next year? Yes. Are we really going to win a championship this year? No. So
unless the Achilles, I thought he had a calf string.
That's what Kevin Durant had. He had a calf string, and then they played on it, and then he had an injury. So. But Luka had the same injury, and look at Luka. I'm just saying, all right, he had a calf string also at the end of the season. But here's the thing. Obi and McConnell, they deserve the game ball from yesterday. One of them had 21. I think that was Obi and McConnell. TJ had 20. TJ doing the same thing he does. He had a couple of threes too, Tony. That's not his game. But
they left him open. They did that whole thing where they said, let's see what you got. And he said, okay, I got this,
But he be getting people from when he be flowing under the basket on that baseline. It's like, bro, it's like as a defender, that's so annoying. He's so quick with it too. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. He like what, 6 foot, 5'11".
Hey, Joe, remind me when he does that. You know how in the circus they having those little guys doing tightrope, going across the tightrope and stuff like that. Bro,
for real.
He tightropes the sideline. So and every time I see him, I was like, he wasn't out. Like even as a Pacer fan, I'd be like, he wasn't out.
He literally
he
runs in circles
every single time, bro.
He literally runs in circles, But y'all X factor, I would say, or y'all person that won y'all. I won't say won y'all the series. He wasn't y'all best player, but he was a big reason when y'all won. Miles Turner in this series. Miles Turner was great in the series. 19 points a game. He took 7 threes a game. Shot 43%. I thought he was great in this series. Like he's a mismatch for Lopez. Lopez want to play down low. He want to protect the paint. You can't do that with Miles Turner because Miles Turner is pick and popping. He's not pick and rolling at all. He's pick and popping every single time. And Lopez got to make a decision. Or Bobby Portis, whoever's guarding him. Either protect the paint or you got to run there to Miles Turner If you don't, he was cashing out his threes. He was cashing out every single time. He made them pay. So I give him his props. Tyrese Halliburton did struggle at times. I would say that, but he picked it up towards the end of this last game. He had a good game. But Bucks. Dang. I know you upset you went to Milwaukee, bro. Like you left Portland, got sad all year just to get bounced in the first round, bro. like I know you upset. But Doc Rivers is 17-19 coming into that series with the Bucks, right? I think we all picked the Pacers, right? I think we all picked the Pacers. Talking about me, you, and Dave.
Nah,
Your brother picked the Bucks. You did too, Tombo?
Yeah, I picked the Bucks.
I held you down. Totally. I picked y'all. I picked y'all in 6 too. So
I picked him because of Dame. I thought this was gonna be his moment.
But Dame played well. I was gonna mention that Dame actually played well. I would give Dame that he played well. But here with 3 what?
He did it in maybe 3 games, but
I mean, he only played 3 games.
He only
right?
played no, sorry, 2 games. My bad. He played the first 2 games of the series. He played. He especially the first game, but the second game he played well, even in a losing. And even losing, he played pretty well in that one. Yesterday, I mean, he had a few shots in the fourth quarter, but he really wasn't a factor.
But here, this is why he don't look like a factor. They don't have no defenders. The man, I mean, they got to score like 120 to beat y'all, 130 to beat y'all. Like, when you look at the Knicks, if Dame had a team like that was gritty, play defense, offensive rebound, and all his job is to score, then they'll have a better chance. But when you got Dame in a situation when you got no perimeter defenders against the Indiana Pacers who wants to run, who wants to score, they have no hope. They have no chance, no matter what Dame does. But I don't think Dame is a number 1 on a championship team. But I thought he played well in the series. It could have been better, but I thought he played well. But yeah, man, I mean, Milwaukee is a failure season. I'm sorry. Injury or no injury. Because the Pacers whooped them with the healthy team, like you said, 4-1. They beat them when they counted in the IST tournament. They wanted to win that game, but the Pacers beat them. So good job. Congrats to y'all. We're going to talk about the next series after this, though.
4-2 series victory, exactly 30 years after Indiana won its first NBA series. A 3-0 sweep over Orlando. Look at them. Just doing their thing. Yeah. Yeah. Play that song. But since Doc Rivers got there, I'm glad you brought up Doc because he kind of walked into a situation where it was a lose-lose for him. Some people say he should have just stayed upstairs, but he wanted to walk downstairs and be a coach again. And the Bucks since then, they've been in the bottom half of offensive rating, defensive rating, net rating, record, and knocked out in the first round. So again, Rick Carlisle leaves the Mavericks, comes over to the Pacers, and if I'm correct, Tony, you probably remember this too. I think Ty wanted him fired. I think somebody said Rick Carlisle needs to go.
Last year, he didn't mess with Rick Carlisle.
Yeah,
but then after he heard, I think he
they had a meeting. They had a meeting. They had a one-on-one meeting, personal meeting, and after they had that one-on-one personal meeting, he came out and retracted what he said. But so he really wanted him gone.
You want Ty wanted him gone, right? Yeah.
So Halliburton, I mean, this wasn't his best series, but again, he did enough just to get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Halliburton against the Bucks though, because like you said, Dame might want to go back to Portland. 4-1 in the regular season, knocked them out of it, like you said, in-season tournament. Did the Dame time celebration. Reposted a quote from Pat Bev, called out their home crowd, and hit the game 3 winner. Halliburton said, look, whatever y'all got to talk about in y'all locker room, leave me alone because I'm going to keep proving points. Didn't he hit the same buzzer beater on Pat Bev, but when he was with the Bulls? So Pat Bev, leave him alone. Like, leave baby boy alone. Pacers, man, y'all earn my respect, man. That's how I'm gonna end this one. I didn't think y'all can get out of this one, but you did. The next one, it's gonna be a fight, so I can't wait to hear what you got to say about it.
Me too. Let's get to it then, Tomo.
Just like that, I was saying, just like that. We're gonna roll right into it. We're not even about to play no games because going from first round to the this will be the semi-conference, right? This is the semi-conference.
Yeah, semis. Yeah.
Okay, so you got to have a type of state of mind. Everybody in New York, they went to Philly. I don't think they're gonna go to Indiana with that same energy. I don't think y'all gonna let them have that. But we gonna see. We got to predict it. Best of 7. Who you got winning? And Joe, do we want to go first and save the best for last? Because my man came out with the missiles. He came out with some missiles.
No, let him go first. Let him go first.
Okay, I gotta go this way. The camera. Take it away.
All right, so I mean, I watched their series and they played pretty well, right? And we went back and forth. I think we split for the season. I think it was a split. They may have got us. I don't know. I can't remember what the series record was. But I mean, this is the playoffs. So the biggest thing with them that I see is that, I mean, they had 3 players play 40 minutes or something like that. I think there was something like that. We had 1 player that got to 35 minutes, and that was, it really wasn't. It was only because they just didn't want to take him out the game, and he didn't want to come out the game. They tried to take him out like 3 times, but he didn't want to come out. All right, we have a balanced team. So what's going to happen when we run them down the court? And that's what's going to. I mean, we're not the 76ers. No disrespect, but we're not the 76ers. We're a lot healthier. So what are they going to do when it comes down to that? What's going to happen when what we did to Lopez what happens with Miles Turner in this series also? Because that's what's going to happen. They're going to bring him out the middle. So who's going to protect that? No one. They have no one to protect that. I don't care what they say about because dude they got from Toronto. I don't even care what his name is. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter.
You don't respect your OG?
I don't care about him. It doesn't matter, and I'm just being real. Like, I know it's my team, but I'm just looking at it as an analyst. How are they going to play against a team that it's the same issue that UConn women kind of ran into against Iowa? Is the fact that they only had a 6-man rotation in a nutshell, and they got tired. They almost won the game and stuff like that, but they're not going to do it. And what's going to happen to New York is the same thing that UConn men did to Illinois in the tournament. They're going to run them around. They're going to keep running around offense because Indiana runs a Princeton-style offense. They run a Princeton-style offense, moving around, running them through, and doing all those things. They do it all the time. So if they're going to do that to them, how are they going to keep up? They're not going to be able to play 45 minutes. They're not going to be able to do that crap with us. So I'm saying 6. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we'll win in 6. Excuse me a second. That we'll win in 6. I really, in my mind, I say 5, but I think in 6 we're gonna beat them because they're eventually we're just gonna run them out the gym. They won't be able to sustain that. They won't be able to come in here and put up 100. They're going to be just like you said Milwaukee had to do. They got to put up 125, 130 points to beat us. They're not going to do that.
And I agree with you on the lady UConn because Aaliyah Edwards, she had said it. I think she was doing like her pre-season interview with the Mystics. They asked her what's one thing you like about being with the Mystics or just the difference between the WNBA and college. She's like, the one thing I am gonna like is that we got a rotation because when I was playing at UConn, I was just so tired because of the 6 rotation. She was like, come on, because you got to play this entire game or you got to at least get one sub, come right back in the game. At least now I know for a fact that I got some relief. So that is a good point. I am with you on the 6 games as well, but I'm just picking the Knicks. I like everything that you just said. It actually gave me it made me look at that 76ers series in another lens just now because, of course, they needed a lot from Brunson to make it out of that series. I even said it in this first segment with J-Mo, like if Embiid was healthy, could Brunson just be the only thing that they had? I don't know. You need a little bit more than that. I think I'm also riding with the Knicks because of the fandom. Not me being a fan, but just the wave of what's going on in New York. You got Melo and them all there, and the Pacers are coming in as an underdog. I don't know. Would I be upset if y'all win this in 5 or 6? Nah, I would actually like to see what happens when you go to the next round. Just kind of like what I want to see what happens with Orlando. I want to see what happens when Orlando gets past Cleveland, if they can. Like these young teams, we need this young energy here. So again, I see a rivalry brewing. I mean, the last time, what was it? The series, y'all played them in 93, 94, 95, 98, 99. So it's there. I'm waiting for Reggie Miller to pop up on TNT and start talking trash. Like Spike is back.
Oh
But
yeah, that's right.
yeah. So I'm just going with the
History.
Knicks in 6, man. It's gonna be entertaining either way. It's kind of like how I feel about the Western Conference and all of their games. Either whatever game you turn on, you know it's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm. Listen, man. Tyrese Halliburton is a former King. I'm rooting for him. Orlando Magic, Javon is my brother. Rooting for him. Knicks in 5. Let me say it again. Knicks in 5. But look, Tony, that's what I think is going to happen. Number 1, Siakam is going to struggle. I think Siakam is going to struggle. All right? He's not going to be averaging 35 points the first 3 games against New York Knicks. And when you play in the playoffs, you usually, every team, shrink their rotation. You don't play all these guys. Y'all play the Bucks. I mean, the Bucks, like, they didn't have their 2 best players. They are not a good defensive team. They are perfectly tailor-made for y'all offensively, that series. Now, I give y'all credit because y'all won, but this is a whole different matchup. You look at the guard play when it comes to the Knicks. Y'all got guards. They got guards too, and they rowdy. Don't guards are going to bark at you. OG, former teammate of Siakam, great defender, and you don't think he's going to give Siakam some problems? They got rotation. They got depth in the big spot. Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein. Hartenstein, that's fine. We'll follow you 2-3 point line. That's cool, Miles Turner. That's cool. We got OG down there. We got OG, right? So, and they're gonna put Josh Hart on Halliburton, Josh Hart and DiVincenzo. So the Knicks are a very physical team also. The Pacers are not a physical team. They're a finesse team. So in the playoffs, the physicality is up. The Milwaukee Bucks aren't a physical team also. So without Giannis. So with the physicality that comes with the New York Knicks basketball, it's going to bother them also. And lastly, the rebounding. We just talked about what the Knicks did to the Philadelphia 76ers rebounding. You know what they're going to do with y'all? They could probably do with y'all like they did the Cavaliers. The Knicks are a top 5 rebounding team. Y'all are a bottom 5. Y'all probably the worst rebounding team, either worst, second worst rebounding team in the NBA. So the Knicks are going to get second chance points after second chance points, second chance opportunity. So even though y'all might shoot well, y'all might have a good offense, they're going to get a lot of bites to the apple, more bites to the apple because of the rebounding of their bigs and their guards. But I got this in 5, but not like a blowout fashion. Kind of similar to how Philly and Philly series. There was no blowout. It was all close games. Something similar to that, but down the stretch, I got the Knicks closing it out. So Knicks in 5. They're gonna finally close one out in New York.
I like how the Apple thing you used there. That was pretty nice. I like that. I gotta give you credit. That was good. That was good. That was good. Here's why they won't do that. Okay. Every time they took Josh Hart off of him in the series because Halliburton was killing him. He can't keep up with his quickness. All right. That's the one thing in there. I think he averaged double against the Knicks because of him putting them on him. Because he always gets someone open. So I think that's one of the big that right there cancels him out. Now can he do to Halliburton on offense what he's attempting? What can he do on offense what Halliburton's going to do on offense? And the answer is no. Josh Hart won't be able to do that. Right?
Bronson?
Huh?
Bronson?
I mean, Brunson is one player. I mean, but we got Nembhard and all the rest, Shepard and the rest of them that's going to be doing the same thing too. So we're going to have the same thing. Now, as far as Siakam being canceled out, it's not going to happen. He's going to play well also. Now, I think those two may cancel each other out as far as what's going to happen. I think Siakam's going to score more than OG will in that series. But I think it's going to what's going to come down to is what is going to come down to is how the bench is going to play. The starting 5 is going to be great, but they have no bench, Joe. They really have no bench. So and we do. That's what's going to kill them. We love to run the ball. They're not going to be there. Philly likes to get out and run when they get out rebounds. We do it on makes. Like if you make a shot, we're pushing the ball down the court. So. And then I also think that Tom's going to get out coached. I think when it comes down to the when it comes down to making decisions, when decisions need to be made, and when he gets frustrated, you saw him even in the series right here. He almost lost the series with the rotation that he had, and some of the things he did. That's why the series is close. They should have beaten Philly in 5, easily in 5, right? And because of the injury to Embiid, they should have beaten him in 5. And the only reason why we're not top, Halliburton's not Maxey. Okay, Maxey's one of the dudes that looks for calls and things like that. Halliburton, if his shot ain't dropping, he's going to find another way to control the game, and he normally does it with assists. You know, I think he had 17 assists against them or something like that in one game. I think it was. So it's not going to it's going to be one of those games. Now, I don't think there will be blowouts. I think it may be one. It could be one, right? Because of how the series ended for New York. I don't know if they're going to be. I think mentally they'll be ready. I don't know if physically they'll be ready, because that was a grueling series for them.
That's how they are, though.
To have 5, but you're not going to be able to keep that up. It's the same. So and Tomo, I apologize. Okay, I apologize. Okay, all right. So
the Cowboys.
You know where I'm going. So here's the thing. It's the same way with the Cowboys. There's no way you're going to be able to pass the ball like they try to pass the ball around and not run the ball at some point in time. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that balance. They have no balance. The Knicks really have no balance. If Brunson is off, they're going to lose. That's just what it is. He is the Cows.
The first 2 games, and then
he still was a factor with that, though. He still came and he still scored some, Joe. You know, he didn't score his average of what he did for the series, but he still scored some, and he was still involved in it. And he also played tough defense. So he did something he did the un-Maxey. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like when Maxey started missing, he started going in and trying to get like easy fouls so he can get to the line. So he figured if he gets to the line, his free throws will probably get him back into scoring instead of just going and playing tough, you know, and figuring out what was wrong and how to fix it. He didn't do that. And that was one of the factors for them losing last night. I mean, it was bad coaching. You know, I do agree that
Nick Nurse.
They really like the whole third quarter. Like the man ended the second quarter hitting a fading away 3-pointer.
Yeah, wow.
He was on. Like at that point in time, you ride the hot hand, and every coach knows that. Like if he's scoring, as soon as Tobias missed, of course he didn't take any shots, but as soon as he comes in there and he doesn't go into to take shots and stuff like that, you be like, all right, time out. Hey, go to the table, get Tobias out, take him out. All right.
Who is going to guard Brunson?
What do you mean who's going to guard Brunson?
Who's going to guard him? The Sixers got multiple players with length. But who y'all got? Naismith?
I mean, they'll. You said who? Naismith?
Who's gonna guard Brunson?
They'll probably do the same thing. They'll probably put Naismith in there. No, probably. That's what they'll do.
The first 2 games against Philly, 8 from 29, 8 from 26, and they still won.
Mm-hmm.
So even though he shot poorly, they still won. You know why? Because they offensive rebound so well. They get a lot of extra possessions. And talking about y'all against them in the regular season doesn't matter because their physicality is on a different level. And when did y'all play them? Did y'all play them before or after the All-Star break? Before, right? Because the physicality.
The Knicks?
Yeah.
No,
y'all play them before?
No, I think we played them after too.
Okay.
I think we played them after.
Playoffs is a different. Yeah. Let me say this. Y'all playoff experience had just started. I'm gonna say that. I'm like. In y'all resume, y'all got a playoff series. I'm talking about the physicality of a playoff basketball game. Mm-hmm. It's going to start against the Knicks. So Halliburton is about to really see what Halliburton is made of. You know, so
that's what Siakam got to step up now.
Yeah, and that's why I think so. The one thing that he's been doing, but see, the one thing he's been doing, which I've noticed, is that in this first series, he really did give way to Siakam. You know what I'm saying? He was missing. He was missing, but he really did get away to Siakam. Like he had all the little hype stuff in there. He had the.
Oh, you say he's
giving way to him, and in a sense.
Oh yeah.
In a sense, he was allowing Siakam.
Yeah.
And I think just right. So he should have done that. right? Let the guy who has the experience go in there and lead, and that's what he did. Now he's going to probably learn how to do it better, right? But I mean, it's just what's going to happen. I think it's going to be a different series than you think. And I mean, and I mean, the Knicks to me is just like, you know, Miami and the Jets in Buffalo, you know, for me in football. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. I don't like.
I'm with you on the Buffalo.
I'm not a Knicks. I hate the
You're
Knicks.
a Patriots fan. I feel you.
I hate the Knicks. I hate the Knicks. You know,
I mean, you see me run down the history. Yeah,
I still remember Larry Johnson hitting that fadeaway shot, and they call that phantom foul. So that phantom 4-point play. You know, so I still hate that stuff there. I mean, even though Reggie did, you know, get away with the push off with 8 points.
That was an iconic moment to that 4-point play.
So, are we going to have that moment in this series? Will we have that moment in this series? You know, where we have someone show up, not from either team, show up to have those moments. I think we'll have more than they will, and I think the one big thing is that coaching is going to matter in this series.
I see you on that one.
Thibodeau, when he gets frustrated, he may and you know, is it me? Is he the only coach that always look like someone shining a light in his face every time something happens on the coach? No, on the floor. He's like,
from the beginning of the game. He's always like
what's wrong with you, bro? Like get some contacts. Jeez. But yeah,
on the sideline.
Yeah, but I think he's going to get out coached because you know with him.
Want to shake your hand?
That's what he looked like.
I think in this series, I think Nick Nurse probably out coached him. But the Knicks players, because of the health of the 76ers, probably overcame his better coaching, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I think Nick Nurse probably outcoached him, but he just didn't have the you know, he ran out of bullets in a nutshell. He didn't really have any, especially when you got one that, you know, decided that the series ended in game 5. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean,
defensively, Thibodeau is a good coach. Defensively,
he is, and he's changed them how to do things. But I don't think it's gonna matter in this series.
He coached on like the toughness. He don't have any offensive like brilliancy like Rick Carlisle has. He's literally like a Jalen Brunson bust. Like Jalen Brunson jogging up like 30 shots a game.
You can tell how that offense is. The Knicks is like, remember when I was talking to J-Mo, I said Josh Hart was open for like 9 threes in the final 3 minutes. He didn't shoot one. He was just looking to pass the ball back to Brunson. I'm like, you're wide open. At least attempt the shot. Mm-hmm. That's why when he shot the final one, I was like, oh, I guess he can shoot 3. I was second guessing if he could shoot 3s.
Yeah.
And Philly's a good defensive team, Tony. They're a really good one.
They are. And I thought they were going to win the series. If there was if
he's going to drop like
if
40.
Embiid would have been 10% more healthy,
he going to need it.
If he would have had 10% more health, the 76ers win the series. It's just that he had times when his leg just gave out.
He couldn't get the rebound. It's our time. He could have got a rebound, but he just couldn't because
his legs just gave out on him, and he couldn't do anything.
And defensively, he wasn't the same. But look, Tomo, how much I say that he was going to average in the playoffs? I said 35, 37, right?
Said Brunson, right?
Yeah, I said 35. I said 37, then I said 35, 35.5.
You gonna need to.
And Jay said I was wilding. He averaged 35 on the first game.
He got to. He got to make
up. Only Knicks player to get 40 plus back to back.
I mean, he got to make up for the loss of Julius Randle. So
he took 30 shots a game.
He has to. I'm surprised it's not 40. He has to.
Bro, like it's so many stretches. He be clank, clank, clank. Like he be missing. Like he'll miss like 8 in a row. And then get in the fourth quarter, he had 4 in a row. And then look, it seemed like he cooking, but he was breaking the whole game.
And I bet Tom Thibodeau just like this and so much. Just keep shooting. Hey. Because
I think he's doing that because he like, is that Derrick Rose out there? I don't know. Just keep shooting. Just do your thing.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. 5, Joe. This is going to be a 6-game series. I don't see how it's going to go. And if it goes in 5, that means the Pacers are going to win. But it's just that simple. If it goes 5, it's the Pacers are going to win. They're not going to be able to keep up with that run and gun type offense. And And the fact that I mean, just think about it. I mean, Milwaukee doesn't play great defense, right? They don't play much defense at all. But I mean, I think the Pacers shot 54% or something like that for the series or something like that. I mean, for the series, not a game. I think for the series they shot like 54%. So, or 50 something percent. They shot over 50% for the series. So it's not really can they. In order for the Knicks to win, they got to get the Pacers down to at least 46%.
Listen, man, that's all I gotta say. Halliburton, shower curtain, man, I'm hurting. Knicks in 5.
Anyway, that's all I got.
Jody, he gonna show up, man. I'm
Who
with
is
you on
Sway?
this pick. I agree.
You don't know the answer, Sway.
How? Let's get to these last
You
ones.
ain't got the answers. All right, let's ride. I mean, we're gonna do our last words, so you can just do it with us, Tony. We better get off right now. But my last words, great show. We had some good topics today. That's what we went over. Sorry, appreciate y'all for staying to the end. We still got 17 people watching. Listen, man, Commanders, hell to y'all. I see you.
We ain't see
See
nothing but a rag.
Just
We
a
didn't see
rag.
You said we didn't even see the number or nothing. You just showed the bottom of the jersey, Joe.
He said rag. You know, that's kind of wild. You see the color of that rag. Anyways,
No, it looked like a rag, Joe. Like you didn't show the McLaurin or nothing. I'm telling you what you did.
I can't. It's hanging up.
Oh, all right, that's why. All right, okay. That's why I'm like, bro, you ain't showing.
You know what? Here we go. Here we go. Shout out to Teddy. Shout out to Teddy. Give me this hat for beating the Patriots. Shout out to Commanders. Anna Peters doing this thing. Sacramento, man. Monty make some moves this year. Great playoffs so far, man. I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to watching Orlando. I hope they beat Cleveland today. Last time I checked, they were winning. And then we got the Clippers and Mavs tonight. What's going on?
Oh no, I thought Chicago was playing Indiana. My bad.
Okay. You go.
WNBA. No, going out. I'm like, wait, why nobody said nothing about the game and they playing each other, but they not.
So yeah, but that's on my last word. Shout out to the whole network. Appreciate y'all.
Halftime right now is the third just started. Orlando up 55-49. So that's just a score update. Last words is, like I said on the last episode, WNBA starts. So, you know, the Wizards ain't in the playoffs, but I can watch the Mystics play some basketball. So shout out to the ladies out there in the WNBA. And I heard Caitlin Clark first shot was a deep 3. So the rain begins. It begins. And shout out to everybody on the network. Hey, Teddy, man, I'm sorry that I gave everybody a sound clip, but it was just perfect timing, man. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, man. Once again, I appreciate it. I enjoy every time I get on here with you guys and to be on the show. And thanks for inviting me. You know, this has been a great playoffs. This is actually the playoffs. It's kind of gone how I thought it would go. With the exception of how the Clippers have played. Whatever, other than that, it's gone exactly how I thought it would go. Joe, I will say that the Commanders had a great draft. So did we. I think that the draft went pretty well. I thought we, you know, the one pick that I like, Joe, that no one's paying attention to, that we have on our team, is our 6th round pick with Joe Milton III. I think people are overlooking that. Like somebody look. This may be the first time the Patriots have 2 quarterbacks of African American descent on their team at the same time.
I mean, look at the coach.
I'm just saying this may be you know what I'm saying? It's because I don't know, man. They're gonna keep Jacoby. I mean, you know, the other guy ain't going nowhere, but this guy right here is an athlete. So I can't wait to see what happens in here. If we make it to the next round, more likely it'll probably be the Celtics, unless they go and do something with Orlando and Orlando goes and beat them. But I think this is going to be a great series. Denver is still tough. Denver is still Denver is still tough. I know you're not, Carl. But anywho, thank you again, and I appreciate it. Fellas, and keep up the great work. RTL is doing great things, and I wish you guys much success.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Appreciate it. You're part of the family too. And that's all we got for y'all today.
That's all
We'll
I
see
got.
y'all Monday. Next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.
What more do you want from me?